Hey guys, it's your girl Nosy Gang, and I decided to make a video. Right now it's a little late, but I upload it tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about, taking the time to do the video because a sister got to work tomorrow to get what? That holiday pay. We need that money around the holidays. People getting crazy. I'm getting it the right way. You feel me? Because as I stated, YouTube ain't paying me yet. At least of yet. But even if so, it's probably gonna be a little bit of coins and stuff like that and shit. Then you can get a little bag of chips and a drink or something. But y'all, Jesus, and I don't edit nothing. Look, with it, y'all just getting it real raw and uncut. I ain't got time to do all that. But if you guys rock with me, hit that subscribe button below if you want to be notified when my little nosy. Uh, Drop another video. And I care about your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And you guys know I will reply to y'all because I like when y'all join the discussion. It lets me know that you guys are paying attention. Now, first things first, I want to give big ups to Wicked Angel, my NC sister. Finally linked up because I was watching the videos, and since I'm working, I could just have it on, and sometimes I can't comment, but I get the message, and how you feel like you right there, and you be like, yep, see somebody else thinking like me, you know and I just kept reaching out to her like, hey, I'm gonna have to get up on this panel one day. And so she took the time out, which I was thankful for, and waited until I finished my shift, got off. And you know what? You know how when you got something going on, it's always something that'll get in the way. So, when 10:30 was approaching in Eastern Standard Time, because that's where I'm at, and here it is, 10:28, and I'm like, you know what? 2 more minutes, I can hit that clock out. Lord, if I ain't get a phone call. And I'm like, ain't this some it's gotta be when you ain't got nothing planned, don't nothing be going on. I be getting off on time and all that. Ain't clock out to like 10:45 ish, and I said, "Oh shoot, it's 15 minutes." I happened to go check her page, and I'm like, "Oh, she is starting at 11." Also, she did wait it. I said, "I'm glad I didn't tell her like 10:45 or nothing like that, cause I still be, right here listening to these people complain about why they can't use their card." But it was an honor to be up there. She said I was her first guest, and it just felt because at first, you know how you go into something and you may have get that little bit of stage fright because you ain't been out there in that environment yet to have a live stream where you have people that come and interact. And like I said, I don't care if I have 5 people in there. We can all discuss together because that lets me know I got 5 real people that rock with me and that came over and wanted to hear what I got to say. And slowly but surely, it does nothing but increases. So I just want to appreciate the fact that she let me over there and we had a good conversation. Once we got the talking and all that, it felt like we just knew each other for years. We had our thoughts and inputs on the situations. And let's give a shout out to Damien because he had to stop by. He peeped what's going on. He's seeing this. He's seeing this girl get exposed. And I know that, you can't go back and change things, but it's a lesson learned. With experiences with these relationships, it is a lesson learned. And I'm so thankful that he dodged that bullet because as we was talking, Latoya was, it's like she was desperate for it, like desperate trying to go ahead and tie him down. And he said, "You ain't gonna tie me down." Hell no, you're not tying me down. You got this boy calling me daddy. You are here rushing me to marry you. Other looking at houses like you got the money to pay for it. Come on now. And I said this. I said, ain't no way Crier sat up there, went through that stuff with D, stunning on her. Like, okay, you want to leave me? You thought because you got that little bit of subs over there? All right, stunning on her. Did a whole new intro and had his own house. Because that apartment was in my name, bro. It was in my name. And he did you one better. He said, okay, yeah, you got the apartment. You can have that. I got a house. He done went stunning on her and all that. But anyways, so earlier, I guess I was just so, ready to make the video. You know how you try to rush and you're like, you know what? I told my subscribers that I'm going to, try to upload more and be there. Because it be times I be wanting to give up because I feel like nobody, and I can't sit up there and be impatient. But as I told you guys, I am impatient. Sometimes, like I had bad road rage, all that. I'm an impatient person. So it's like when you want something and you can't get your way, but it's a learning thing, especially when you've been spoiled before in your life too. It's a learning thing. Like, hey, you have to wait for good things to come. Just wait patiently, right? So, anyways, when I made my video earlier, I was rushing. I had to get in, and as I stated before in my videos, when you sit up there talking and you go back and you review your video and listen to it, because I listened to my video, but then also while on the panel and when Wicked was playing, the reaction that Crier did to Latoya's ex-husband's video, well, that's too long to be getting out, to DJ's video. I was like, dang, hold on. I missed this and missed that because I'm in the midst of sitting up there, trying to cook and have my dinner ready. That way I ain't got to worry about, when my lunch came, I could just warm my shit up. And then, I didn't, I was back and forth. So, I missed certain stuff. So when, we was replaying it and I was like, hold on, I didn't catch that. So we going to have to go and talk about this over. Because, hunty, I misinterpreted some things. And I can admit that I could take accountability for that. Because, I don't want nobody coming there, oh my God, you putting out false news. Why you lying, girl? You just like her, you lying too. But see, I can admit to when, differences she'll try to cover that up. But anyways, y'all, it wouldn't be no video of Nosy if she didn't what? If she didn't have her special appearance by Erica, right? So y'all remember, and especially you, Nosy, because I'm on to you. I was loved by lies, loved by danger, not Mr., but Mrs. Record That Ass, Miss Vietnam, aka was trying to be Mrs. Mushmouth. But see, y'all, now, as I told y'all, one thing I can tell y'all, Erica White, the real Erica White on Instagram if you want to follow me, but the real Erica, one thing I can tell you, I know who my baby daddy is. Another thing I can tell you, and two things for certain is, I ain't rush Crier. I let Crier take his time. Difference is, Latoya, while you was sitting up there flaunting that Walmart ring that he probably got, because I doubt he spent anything real on you. You're not worth it. And from what I hear, girl, y'all know that song back in the days, like, come and ride a train, she ride it, but I'm not even about to go in there because, I ain't about to sing for y'all, and I ain't about to give y'all no preview. Y'all gotta wait for that. But anyways, word on the curb is, Latoya, you was unfaithful. But I thought you was Little Miss Perfect. You supposed to be Little Miss Perfect, but you sell yourself that low and was getting bit over in the Chrysler 200, 300, I don't know which one, but girl. Now, I know I may have sat up there and did my friend wrong and probably burnt bridges and went with my friend's man after she, didn't want him no more. But girl, at least I can say that I ain't sat up there and caught those Creole legs of yours. They don't call her Creolebae for nothing, y'all. Y'all might want to watch out, because that might be her name. You know what I'm saying? Glory Hole presents Creolebae Baki. Ooh, girl. Y'all, what do y'all think? And what do you think she did to her husband? See, I tell y'all, that's why I'm glad I gave my life over to God. cause this is people still out here sinning, and everybody sitting there here acting like they ain't perfect, that they perfect, and that if I make a mistake, but Little Miss Perfect, who y'all getting spiritual advice from, is not to be trusted, and y'all up there trusting in her, and here she is lying to y'all. Like, come on, y'all, think about it. Think about it. Y'all confided in her, and she's up here acting like she's a victim and all that. But if you listen to her story, it has holes in it. But anyway, I'm gonna come back at the end because I feel like I'm just getting carried away too much, and yeah, I'm gonna just come back at the end. But y'all, I wasted what, like 4 minutes. But anyway, let's get into it. So the points that I missed is now, Toya, your story, it sounds crazy because as we were sitting there going over in the live, first of all, I didn't know, like I must have walked out of the room when this was said, that you was cheating on him, and he took you back at the everything. It was like at the, with her messing up before, you was up there cheating, dogging that man out, and he stood by you. And the way he put it is like you didn't only step out like once, it was plenty of times. And then even said footage to the effect of that you may have you a little sex tape rolling around somewhere out there. Girl, you gonna piss the wrong one off. Or someone gonna see that video and be like, "Hey, bro, come here. You remember that little girl we hitting that cross of 300? Here she go here playing. She boy, she got an ex-husband going at her. She out here playing like she this spiritual girl that made all good grades in school and ain't had sex until she got married. You remember we had that ass bent over that Chrysler 300? Hell yeah, hell yeah. I mean, you never know. You never know. They could come across like, ain't that girl we smashed in that Chrysler a few years back? And that's what you getting on as. You don't get known as Latoya. It's the girl that we ran that train on. But just think about your story though. Now first of all, I feel for him to sit up there and have to, have doubts in his mind whether his son is his. Now he know he feel for sure that his daughter is his because of the complexion. But sometimes the other kid can take after the mom, because my first cousins, all of them, like I said, I'm brown skinned. But my mama, she's caramel. My aunt, she's caramel. She has 4 kids. All 3 of them are caramel, except for my last cousin, and she came out a little, darker than me. But my uncle's dark skin. She's light skinned. But hey, it could just be some, the genes. But that wasn't the case though. Now he's sitting up here, he said he ain't do nothing the first 2 years. And if you guys pay attention to the story, and then when he leads up to getting the DNA test and then her story, you start to go back and say, hold up, wait a minute, like, wait a minute, because, yeah, it just don't add up. So he let 2 years go by because at first he was having doubts, when the baby was born and all that. But then he said, fast forward, my son is 2. And then he starts, probably one day just taking a look or just having something. Because, maybe, let's just say this, allegedly. This is for entertainment purposes only. But anyway, let's just say this. Let's just say around the time Toya got pregnant and found out, what if he, did some back dates and was like, hold on, so, let me see. I don't think do we mess around? Like, what if what if something didn't add up? Because you know how people don't have to always have intercourse every day. I mean, I know I'm getting older. I'm to the point like, look, that's not phasing me no more. Maybe when you're young, you're in a relationship, and they were like, girl, you ain't nothing but 30. But still, it's just like, I may have like that old soul, because sometimes I done have my fun. You know what I'm saying? How you done ran, you done had your little wild days and all that. But let's just say if something, because the way he talks is like he put up, maybe they had, split up, got back together, break up to make up, break up to make up. And let's just hypothetically speak here and say maybe they went through some trials and tribulations because, hey, he said she cheated before, right? Let's just say they may have got mad at each other, was didn't talk to each other for like 3 or 4 weeks. And next thing they hash it out, talk it out, and like, well, who was you talking to? Nah, I was keeping to myself. Now, I feel like maybe if they did split up, I felt like the husband probably just kept to himself, wanted to reflect and think if he can make his relationship work. Whereas on the other end, Toya might have had the mind frame of, shoot, we ain't together. Because I look at it like this, like I told you, I'm the type like this. If I know, that's why I said Cryer and Erica should have waited. If I know me and my man have history, let's just speak here in their perspective. If I know that I have history of me and someone, we always arguing, breaking up, not talking for like a week, but then we get back together or 2 weeks. I'm not gonna step out because I know we're still together. You know how when you break up, you be like, no, we were still together. Because if you get back and then you say you talked to someone, you cheated, and they always like, how we weren't talking. You know we was together. We was just taking a little breaky break. So I honestly believe that if they did take a break, I don't think the husband did anything but Latoya and how he, was painting her out to be and that she stepped out, she probably was doing her own and could say, hey, you can't get mad at me because we weren't together. So let's just say they were split up, got back together, probably had some makeup, you know what? And then time passed and she's like, oh, I'm pregnant. And then he's like, hold on. He probably like, oh, how can you be pregnant? We just had sex a week ago. We just made back up. We just got back together a week. And this is alleged. And then next thing he probably just don't think about it then. But then the baby get here, and then he see the baby's complexion. Because you know how they say, I don't have kids or nothing, but they say you look behind the baby's ear, then you give it some time, the baby start to gain its true color. And so he looking at his, milk chocolate baby, and then he's looking at the caramel baby, and he's probably like, nah, that's got to be my son. And then he probably, most people think, okay, well, my wife is light skinned, so, maybe I'm just, overthinking it. But then as you go and you start thinking, like, hold up, she got pregnant so around sometime, and I could have sworn that it don't add up. And you never know, that man could have started bad thinking and then think, hold up, she played me before. And like, you know what, Mom, I'm thinking this. And then he finally just said, you know what, F it. I can't shake the feel. I just gotta, it's on my conscience. I gotta go take care of it. And as he stated, he went to Walgreens, got the test. He was emotional. We done already covered that part. Send it off. Now, this is the part I missed. I didn't know that he hung the DNA results on the door. Because as I said, I was in and out trying to get my stuff together before I had to go in. And say he hung the results on the door. Meaning he probably didn't have nothing to say to her because, he said he was, hoping for that 99.9% chance of it's his, and he could say, just put it past him like, you know what, I know she has infidelity before, but she's proven, her loyalty to me, and we're trying to build and get past this. But instead, it's more damage being done. That is one of the biggest disappointment someone can go through. And just imagine of him going through that for 2 years, probably replaying in the back of his mind, it's gonna, pop up then and there and out of those 2 years, but he's still showing his son love and all that. But then it's just, how that feeling, that intuition, it just keep bothering you until you have to do something about it. And that to me is probably God was sending him a sign. Now, the first time he probably, ignored it. And like, you know what, maybe I'm overthinking it, like I said. But then, God has some, mysterious ways of letting you, giving you like the, God, giving you the message of delivering his message like, hey, this is something you may want to check out. And so what happened was, it probably came back up in his mind again, and it's probably, looking out for him, God's taking care of him by saying, hey, you need to hear this truth. You know, tired of all this sinning, you out here being a good, he probably out there being a good man to her, and God see that and all that, and he's probably trying to deliver that message to him that he needs to find out. So he goes get that test done, hang it up. She comes home, and that's another thing. As me and Wicked was talking, was like, hold on now. And then, we had the people in the comments that would post their input or questions, and something stuck out there like, hold on, if you was a victim of DV, and you claim it had, from him, because as Crier stated when he did his reaction, oh, I heard nothing but bad things about you. Nothing but all negative, not even nothing good out of it. Why? You're going to always talk bad about the ex a whole, especially if it ended bad. Maybe, he probably walked away and she felt like she was too good. Oh, I'm too good for you to leave me. Oh, you going to leave me and all that. Hell yeah, girl, you out here. You community kitty. It don't just belong to me. From how he put it, allegedly. So she's probably the type like, oh, well, you finally walk away. She don't have nothing but bad thing to say, knowing that he probably had good, that done good by you. Hell, he ain't stepped out. We don't know, because people do make me say we don't know, because some people will be like, you know what, you stepped out on me, damn it, you know what, let me give you a dose of your medicine. But I don't know, I just probably don't get that. But anyways, she probably feel like, oh no, you leaving me, and probably ain't got nothing but bad stuff to say about him. Why? To cry, because she probably figured that, oh, you ain't gonna never see him or meet him. You're not gonna know, so you don't know if I'm telling you the truth or not. But hey, he came up on this platform though. He said enough is enough. So that brings us to the question, like, if you was a victim of that, how come he hung the results up on the door for you to see instead of sitting there? You know how somebody sit up there sitting in the dark? It's dark. Latoya come home and she cut on the light and he's sitting there. Where you been? I'm just coming home from work. What? What's up? Why you sitting in the dark like that? And next thing you know, he started getting up like, why you got that look in your eye? The next thing you know, he just start wilding out on her. You lying B, you lying B. You said that boy, I'm just painting scenarios, but it didn't give that. It didn't give that. So if he hung it up on the door, Latoya, that's telling me that that man was so hurt that he couldn't even bear to look at you in your face, because he probably would have spazzed. So the better thing to do is to sit up there and let you see it, rather than sitting up there staring at that paper, and replaying the results over and over in his head. And he getting angry thoughts in his head because here she is, she's stepping out on me again. And then he go in a fit of rage. No. Instead of building rage up in him, he left that up there for you to see, and probably took some time to cool down, probably had to talk with God, probably had to talk to some of his relatives, siblings, we don't know. Because he have a sister, from, what's being said, because, you get your hair done, you said by your ex-husband, which is him, sister, right? I wonder what she's going to think when she see all this, because I know you probably told her you had a YouTube. But anyways, so he goes on to say that you look at it, and then what do? Like the girls do on Maury when they sitting there, and here goes the toy. Look at the eye. Maury, look at the eyes. Look, he got that nose just like him. You see that little button nose? He got a button nose just like him. And look at the lips. Maury, the head. You can't tell. I'm 1,000% sure. Look at that head, Maury. Look at that head. They're just looking like a damn fool. And then he's sitting there, nah, my baby chocolate. My baby, nah, I know my kids. Look how, Maury, look at me. You see how dark I am? And, I ain't trying, because I'm dark skinned too, but you look at me and look at that baby. Come on now, my daughter's chocolate. It's like, all right, well, the results are in. So you see, now when Maury say you want to hear the father, now I don't want to hear ish. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. And you know what? I want my apology right now. As soon as he read those results right now, I want my apology. Like, all right, the baby mine. You get that. I'm going to give you that. I apologize and all that, Yeah, because I want my apology. You ain't going to do Creole like this. But more, I feel that way because, she been cheating on me so much and all that. I don't know. When she told me she was pregnant, we weren't even talking for about a good 3 or 4 weeks, allegedly. Like I said, y'all, it's just a hypothetically speaking. Then he was like, all right, y'all just sit down, sit down. In the case of, I forgot how old he is, y'all. So, like I said earlier, we're going to say 8 or 9. In the case of 8 or 9, Ligurian. DJ, you are not. Oh my God. Here go Latoya. Look. Her feet, she already, as if she already know, her feet is already ready up, rising up off the ground, ready to run to the backstage. Reveal those results. Here he go. Here go DJ sitting up there. Oh man, just shaking his head. Latoya running to the back. The cameras running to the back to try to catch up with her. They lying. That paper line. What Latoya? Do you know? I may know of one person. Well, are you sure? Uh, let's see. I was bent over in the Christ for 300. I may know another person. Let me stop. Oh my God, let me stop. But anyways, so she's up here, saying, the result, that can't be right. Girl, how? Now, I do know now, sometimes, like he said, Dana, Dana can get stuff, misconstrued because there's been some paternity tests that has came back where it showed that they wasn't, but then when they got a retest and done, because you never know if they could mix up swabs or not. We don't know. But people had got a testing done over again, and it was actually came out to be the father after getting a negative test the first time. So I don't know. But I don't know if that's people playing in back there in the chemical labs. I don't know. Or how some people maybe that I'm gonna switch this to make an unhappy home or something. You never know. You might just have them type of people that just like to do negative. But anyways, moving forward. So she's saying that it can't be right, even though it's plain right there telling him. She's still in denial. So he's like, at this point, you need to explain. Because here I am sitting here 2 years when I could have took care of this right when he was born. But I gave you the benefit of the doubt and trusted you, even though my intuition felt like something was up. I still, gave you the benefit of the doubt. And so here she goes where it comes with all this hoes in the story like Swiss cheese. All these hoes, girl. And speaking of hoes, it's ho. This is your season, ain't it? You couldn't wait for December. So come on now, what better phrase is ho. Because basically you was saying you was a Tatiana. Spreading those Creole legs. That Louisiana heat. But anyways, he's like, explain, So here go the story. So supposedly, she's leaving work with a friend that she worked with at Kroger's. Supposed to be spending the night. For what, though? That's my thing. What is your reason for going over there spending the night and you married? And you got your daughter? I mean, did you tell him, oh, she's going through something, going through a, bad breakup. She just needs somebody to talk with her tonight. And, I'll be back in the morning. Did you come up with some type of story? Like, how was you able to get him to believe the story that you, oh, I just thought of something, but the story that you're going out to stay with a friend. I'm wondering, Latoya, did you make it seem like you was going to your parents or something and brought your daughter, but really you won't go into your parents' house? You was going to go meet up with the friend and go do what you got to do? Because you had to have this all planned and mapped out. You had to already know and come up with, you know what I'm saying? For if he called, well, girl, what's going to happen if he called? Look, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to go say I'm staying with my mama or whatever. Because we don't know what you told him at the time because he's hearing this Kroger story. But that's probably not what you told him when you first met up with the guy. You probably had a whole nother different story, hence to why you said, oh, I don't want him shooting up my parents' to them house. Has he possibly met you over there before? Maybe they covered up for you, or maybe they weren't home at the time. Have you met him there? Has he picked you up? How would he know about the parents? That's the thing that gets me. Because for how can he threaten your parents and you might not, the parents might not live nowhere near where you at? They could be out of state, another city. How would he just know about your parents? See, that's a lot of, that's a lot of speculations and questions that come up when you start thinking about it and you start to analyze the situation. So then, you say you going to go stay with a friend that you work with at Kroger's, and it's being told that you was laying down on the floor or laying on the couch. I don't know. I gotta go back. But you was laying somewhere before you went to the car. And so you said the brother and the friend came and just out of nowhere. See, what gets me is just picture the scenario. You and your daughter sleeping, the brother and his friend walk in. It's probably late at night. And all of a sudden the friend just see you sleeping there and he goes over there and start touching you. Like that just doesn't make sense. Like they walking in. Oh dang, there's a girl on the floor. Let me go touch her butt. Like what? That just don't sound right with a baby sit with a child sitting there. It just don't sound right, Latoya. Goes over there and touch you and about to try to make it force itself on you, and you say, no, not around my daughter, and walk out with him to the car as if he had you the knife point and gun point. Now, he didn't state it that you said that. So how are you willingly walking out to the car and you're not being forced? It ain't like he had a gun to the barrel to the back of your head and he's saying, do as I tell you. Or a knife up to your neck and say, comply or you won't get hurt. We didn't hear that in the story. See, that's why it don't sound right. See, what I'm thinking allegedly is he was starting to make moves on you, and your daughter probably was of age where she can run her mouth and go back and say, Daddy, at Mama friend house, some man was, hugging her, or she was talking to some man, and that, kids, because when they get of age now, especially these new generation kids, boy, they know how to run their mouth. And you probably sense that, oh Lord, if my daughter see this, she can go back. So you probably said, nah, we can't do this, around her. We gotta go out. We gotta go somewhere else. And then you chose a car. You in the house, and oh well, let's go to my car then. Shit. But then you get to the car, which is a Chrysler 300, which is the type of car he said that you liked it at that time in 2011. And at this time, let's see, you're 32 and you got me by 2 years. So this was in 2011. Around that time, I was 19. So you're around 21. Yeah, so you just getting to the beginning of your 20s, ready to live your life. So yeah, you were still young. But anyways, you get to the car. See, at first, where I had my story messed up, I thought that, it was just one guy and he forced himself upon you and y'all did it in the car. But then it comes up that another guy or someone was holding you down. Was you getting a choo-choo train ran? I mean, did the train come by and, they took turns and, one had his destination and then the other one was trying to get to his destination? I mean, what happened? And like me and Wicked said, how could that be possible in that small ass car? How? I mean, was you bent over and, you was giving the other one action? Because, a word on the curb is you a little freak. I know a little freak in Texas. Sucks on, does it real good. They long, you like, Dang, girl, was 3 6 Mafia playing? Juicy J and them when that song was going on? What about Slob on My Knob? Was that playing too? Because, girl, you going out here sad. Do you know how that looks for you to claim you spiritual and that you just goody two shoes, but then, getting slutted out in a Chrysler 300, sold yourself low to a car you won't even worth to them ninjas a bed or their place? Or are you just saying car and really y'all did it in the house? Now, let's get to the friend's brother. Was it even the friend's brother, or does the friend that you stayed with, did you participate in a threesome with her and him? Because you have mentioned in Gangsta Moji's interview that you did go to the other side. So is this that threesome? Was you out there, having like little orgies and stuff like that? And was it you, the friend from Kroger, and the boy, and y'all just had a threesome, and you was sitting up there eating the cake, and then she turned around and ate some cake? I mean, like, and was he taking turns with you guys? I mean, because the story didn't give I got taken advantage of. The story give trying to cover and save my ass, but my story is going all over the place. That's what it gave. He didn't give, oh man, that's messed. Oh, I feel bad. And like he said, like he said, how come if all this happened, Latoya, and this is another thing, it could be some of your supporters over there that has went through something and is afraid to say it, and then maybe wanting to talk to you about it, like, hey, I want to talk to you in private because you uplift me. I recently went through this. And it's probably people that probably reached out to you and went through some worse stuff and was like, your word or spiritual healing, guided them and it touched them and it inspired them, to put certain things past them. But then hearing that you out here playing around trying to come up with an alibi by saying some ish like that when that's a serious allegation, that's effed up. So then not only that, then the ex-husband goes on to say that, how come, I ain't, oh, well, he's in jail and, I don't know when they gonna let him out, but I was afraid. I didn't want to say nothing at first because I was afraid. He know I know something on him, and, I'm afraid he gonna try to come shoot my mom and them place up. Like, how would he know where your mom and them live at? And first of all, what would you have on him? How would you know this man, if he so-called is your friend's brother friend and he just came in and forced himself on you? Come on, Latoya, make it make sense. You knew who the hell you were dealing with. You knew what this was. You knew what it was. You knew it. Stop. Like that pisses me off because it's people that actually go through stuff like that. And then for you to use that. Now, what if you cry wolf, as I said with Wicked, and then something actually happened and people like, man, that girl just, stop lying. Won't you stop lying, girl? Haven't you done enough? And people don't take you serious, but something really happened to you. Kind of like what Erica went through. How she came out crying to the internet. Then we see her get back with Crier. Then we see her expose Crier. And then it's starting to make her look like she was chasing clout, that she was doing that man wrong. And up here trying to tarnish image and all that. And then people just started giving her clout chaser, drama field, homework. I mean, all types of stuff. Because she was up there crying wolf. And then when she really got fed up, people like, oh, here we go again. Here we go. Here go another round. Girl, when will you learn? You done burnt bridges. Because that's what we seen. And then when she really goes through something, don't no one want to half believe it because of the track record that she left on YouTube of being a shit starter. But anyways, goes on to say that you said something like, oh, he's locked up now and I don't know when he's going to get out. Well, like maybe he's gone for a long time. Girl, ain't nobody locked up. And if he is probably locked up and you stated that he was a D-boy, it's probably because of that. But how would you know? Unless you keeping up. Are you up there calling, putting money on his books or something? Like, how would you know? That's beyond me. So then he said, when you said that, he started thinking like, hold up, if you went through something like that, how come it won't no court dates? That's what I'm saying. How come you ain't go to court? Because he should have known. Because if you think about it, okay, so he said he got a DNA test when he was 2. But when the baby was born, he had doubts. Probably had it during the pregnancy because he probably thinking like, hold on, how are you pregnant when, like I said, they could have been separated and came back and, never know. So my thing is, for you to have gone through that, he was with you throughout your pregnancy when you got pregnant. That's why it seems strange to him because hold on, this won't mention during your pregnancy. You didn't mention none of this. As I can recall in our relationship, everything, you didn't give no type of, you ain't showed me no type of signs of you being abused or something was going on or, something just won't right because you could just tell someone just quiet, like, what's on your mind? And then next thing you know, they finally, start crying or come out with it and tell you they was taken advantage of. So that's just odd. That it struck odd to him. Like, hold on, I was with you through this pregnancy, and I ain't seen nothing about no court date, no nothing, no friends, no testifying, no nothing. You ain't had nothing, girl. But none of that. How come none of that was brought up? Because it doesn't make sense. He would have been there with you. He would have known about that. So that's how, we know that's a lie because if you really went through something like that, don't you think as involved with you as was the mom and them, it would have been mentioned or something. You would have been trying to, you got brothers. Wouldn't your brothers be trying to go, fuck somebody up or something like that? But none of that seemed to happen. And you was young, but then, girl, you was just wild. You just didn't think that it was going to get caught up. And then another thing, you just let them raw dog you, girl. You just love just putting yourself out there, your body out there at risk, though. I don't see it, girl. That's you need to look into that issue because reevaluate yourself and look in the mirror because I don't. I mean, I know it's women out there and I know it's porn stars or what. That's what porn stars and stuff like that do, but they also go get checked. You just up here don't know what these men and you stay the dope boy. Do you? Ain't no telling who he letting go down on him to get their drugs, or ain't no telling who he messing with. He got money. Girls gonna flock. He was driving your favorite car. You know what I'm saying? Like just something ain't just ain't right. For you to be just sitting up there spreading your legs and not once asking, hey, you got a condom? Because if not, you need to you need to go handle that because you ain't going up in here. Oh, you thought you was gonna go up in here? Oh no, sir, I'm good and I can get turned off. You might get blue balls and all that, but I can just easily I can go handle mine. But no, you didn't do that. Why it won't no charges or no case or nothing like that? Because you get you willingly did it. And girl, you better be lucky that the men that was involved don't catch a glimpse of this on YouTube because everybody on YouTube and ended up or you promote yourself on IG come out with a video. Here's the real truth. Video receipts included. You like, oh shit. Did you say video? The link to a website and then it shows you bent over in the Chrysler 300. Like, girl, ooh, just allegedly, we just having a little humor here. Like Latoya, it's crazy because just why didn't you just was honest? Do you see what happened here? How if you would have sat up there and didn't do interview, well, even if you would have did interviews, just getting yourself out there, but you had to sit up there and drag Crier into it to make drama and buzz come to your channel. And had you just sat up there and make subliminal hints like somebody won't gonna see the videos on YouTube and let they get back to your ex-husband. In order for him to come up on the panel, it had to be somebody that y'all know. And I'm thinking it could be a sister. We don't know here. She was like, hey girl, I'm on YouTube. Hey, you know what? Since you do hair, you might want to start making videos and all that, and I could shout you out. I mean, we don't know how the conversation could have went when she probably got her hair did one day. And then to go and see the video and probably like, oh, bro, Latoya got a channel now and all that. And she got like 19,000 subscribers. And then he go see the video. I'm a single mother. Like I said, I don't have no help with my kids. And, it's people in your past that you have regrets. And, ain't no telling what she said because I don't really pay attention to her videos. Why? Because she lied. And I'm not going to sit up there and support that. And then we found out your true intentions. Now, I was on your side at first, but all this stuff that's coming out, you have motives. And you play your position to you like it. Oh, girl. But anyways, it could have got spread around like that, and he probably got a hold of your channel name, and the sister probably seen when you was sitting up there and like, hold up, now, bro, I know me and her ain't got no problems or whatever, but you might want to see this, and I ain't gonna get into it. If you want to clean that up, you can clean that up yourself. And he probably seen the videos where you was up there talking about how you the single mom, how he don't do this, whatever else you may have said about him, and he was like, oh, she thinks she gonna get on the YouTube and talk bad about me, and then maybe people that know me that sit up there and see that. That's like, I'm fed up. I'm tired of her spreading lies on my name. And then bam, you probably didn't expect him to come out with a video. He not only did that, but he dropped a lot of jewels about you, honey. Now you see how you sit up here and go try to bash people and then try to be tit for tat with Erica by trying to like muck her, probably talking to him in, in the DMs allegedly, and then up here trying to bash your husband, and then all that bad. But you supposed to be so goody two shoes, so spiritual. So let's bring positivity that you get the drama that you looking for. You got what you wanted. Your exposure, but it's in a effed up way. You got people, probably kids over there, because most of these subscribers be kids too. Probably got kids over there that's probably like, still trying, but now they having experienced minds nowadays. But some that's like trying to feel like, hold up, you told us this and that. Latoya, how come they say you was being bent over, throwing it back, throwing it back in that Chrysler 300? But I thought you didn't get down like that. A good woman like you, someone should be inviting you to their place. You at least good enough for a bed. Do you know this make you just look like the ordinary, ratchet female? Ordinary, slut bucket. Because that's how you treating yourself. That's what the character gave. And I know you have a past or whatever, but the thing is, you sitting up here putting bad out on Crier's name because you're trying to do the same way, in a sense. You're trying to tarnish his image as well as Erica tried, but she apologized for it. But you keep just sitting up here going around. You kept poking the bear, and Crier got fed up and said, F it, I'm exposing. And he won't talking about nothing. Now, some people are subliminal, but it wasn't enough to, for you to come on and do this, and then you just kept going. The same thing with the husband. And both of them got tired and said, you know what? It's time to shut this shit in the ground. Then with the furniture thing, I just can't. What? Like I said, Latoya, I'm not lying. And another thing, if you think I am like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. Girl, you sure did live at a whole bunch of apartments in the same complex. What was going on with that? I mean, was you having issues and had to get moved around? Let me see here. Like I'm telling you, like if you don't believe that I call, I just know some stuff about you now. Oh yeah, you went through a lot of apartments at Crescent Plaza, didn't you? You damn sure did, girl. So that should let you know enough that I do know, okay? Had to get serious there. And that should let you viewers know that yes, me and my source called, and yes, Crier paid that furniture off. Now you see how you try to lie and didn't think. You probably thought by showing us that that app, like, oh dang, she's still paying. Oh, Crier is a liar. I told y'all he was a liar. Y'all want to sit up there and believe it? No ma'am, no he's not. He's not hurting for that type of money. No, ma'am, that's paid off. You got a new lease with a new account number. The numbers don't add up. He paid $2,700. $2,700, and it was at $2,500 before tax, right? That was the gross. And at the net, it was like 27 and some dollars in September. Your shit is 24.36 to pay off right now if you wanted to before the 9 days before the interest kick in. Those two don't sound alike. It don't sound alike because if you pay 274, you do that you do the 274 with the 24.36. That doesn't add up to the gross amount. You see where you got caught up in that? And then there's a couple of subscribers that said that you was talking about getting some type of table or some other type of furniture, to go with your little furniture set. So see, you see how you get caught up easily? You see how your shit gets caught up, Latoya? It doesn't make sense. And you was out here about to try to bash that man like, oh, y'all, see, he was up there. Y'all want to believe him if y'all want to. He up there telling y'all, I paid it off. You ain't got to worry about it. He was just trying to make his stuff look good on the camera. No, he actually paid the shit off. Like, my thing is, Latoya, why would he try to look good on camera and he try to, save your image by coming up with that prank by saying he was going broke and had 13 bands right there? Right there, unless it was fake money, but I don't think it was fake because he was wanting his money back. That didn't scream fake to me. Right there. So wouldn't that tell you like, okay, 13 bands and he can't pay nothing off 3,000? Nah, it's just something just don't add up here. Then he gave away $2,000 for his giveaway and went to the casino and hit. Now, you see how when you do good, good comes back around? So, evidently, he did a good deed, and he made 2 times what he spent. More than that, he made like 2 or 3 times more than what he spent from buying you, because when you do the good, it come back on to you. And he got lucky. Right? It seems you are the one that's catching the bad luck because you know you're not fully living right and you know you're lying. And it's getting caught up to you. Ain't nobody paid nobody. He already said that too. That Crier, he was like, Mr. Crier or, the Crier family. You could tell he wasn't really familiar with his channel or nothing like that. That man ain't put me up to it. Because people probably hit him in the comments and said, hey, they saying that Damien, he probably like, Damien, like, oh, go check out the Crying family. He probably went over there and said, oh, no, he ain't put me up to nothing. Because you could tell he was just trying to, he was like, Damien, the Crier. You could tell he was trying to, get his name and stuff together right. Like, come on now. No, that sister, somebody close to him probably had to let him know. You got to think, Latoya, you've been advertising your shit on IG. You probably was sitting up there putting your YouTube channel link, probably going on TikTok or Facebook and all that. You forgot Facebook is the #1 source where friends, families, schoolmates, all that connect. You didn't think it was going to get back to him? Girl, something always gets back.